Trump and Harris are two powerful presidential candidates with unique personalities. So what better way to get to know them than through their birth charts? Maybe the stars can reveal who's the better fit to lead the USA. First up, let's dive into Donald Trump's cosmic profile. He's got Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Leo Rising. Geminis, represented by the twins, are known for their duality, often stereotyped as being two-faced. Now, I am not saying Trump has an evil twin, but he certainly has that classic Gemini obsession with talking. His whole career revolves around rapid, unapologetic communication.
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
I mean, who else could turn a tweet into a headline? Classic Gemini. Trump's birth chart doesn't stop with his talkative Gemini sun. His Sagittarius moon, born under a lunar eclipse, adds even more cosmic drama. This fiery energy makes him thrive on chaos, controversy, and never backing down from a fight.
You still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now.
With that DGF attitude, he's all about hitting his mark. Classic Trump, right? No wonder he's always in the spotlight, stirring things up and making headlines. Honestly, it's like his chart was made for reality TV.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Now, let's talk about how Trump sees the world. He's got a Leo rising, which means his entire outlook on life is filtered through the lens of a theatrical, dramatic fire sign. Leos love the spotlight and hate losing. Any challenge to their authority is seen as a personal attack. That might explain why Trump has always been, shall we say, a bit defensive when people come for his crown. You're either with him or against him. There's no middle ground with this guy.
Did you feel you won?
I felt I won by a lot.
Did she get you rattled?
No, not at all.
Now, on to Kamala Harris. What do the stars say about her? Kamala's got some pretty balanced and powerful placements in her chart. Libra Sun, Aries Moon, and Gemini Rising. Her Libra Sun means she leads with others in mind.
And I'll tell you, I believe you deserve a president who actually puts you first, and I pledge to you that I will.
Libras are all about harmony, fairness, and coming to mutual agreements, which is probably why she's such a skilled mediator.
What's your plan to make America nice again?
As president, that I actually am going to always reward people for being nice, not being mean.
But don't think she's a pushover. Her Aries moon gives her a sharp instinct and the ability to act decisively when necessary. She can play nice, but she's not afraid to stand her ground. In debates, she's the kind of person who knows when to stay calm and when to go for the jugular.
Appeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
And here's something fun. Like Trump, Harris has a strong Gemini position, Gemini rising. But where Trump's Gemini energy fuels his constant need to communicate loudly, Harris uses hers to exude youthfulness and curiosity, which might be a nice contrast to all the concerns about aging candidates this election.
Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look.
While Trump would be the oldest president ever, Harris's Gemini charm makes her come across as lively and full of vitality. Maybe this is why she's seen as a breath of fresh air by her supporters.
We need you to be Mamala of the country.
Here's another cool fact. Both Trump and Harris were born under full moons, meaning they both have big personalities.
I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
But that's not all. They also both have Jupiter in their north node, the planet of luck, abundance, and wisdom. So, whatever happens, they've both got some cosmic fortune on their side.
So happy to be in the happy place. Thank you.
So, will the stars be the deciding factor in 2024? Who knows? But speaking of stars, let's check out which Hollywood celebrities have publicly endorsed Harris and Trump, shall we? First up, Donald Trump's got a pretty high-profile fan, Elon Musk. The Tesla CEO threw his support behind Trump in July, right after an assassination attempt at a rally. And Musk didn't just endorse him. He had a whole 2-hour chat on X, the platform he owns. The topics? Everything from the attack to illegal immigration to dismantling the Department of Education. Sounds like a real brainstorming session, right?
We had a great conversation yesterday. As you mentioned yesterday, if we could just record that conversation and post it, it would have been excellent. And I hope we can have something like that today.
Well, I think we will.
And before Musk's endorsement, there were rumors Trump might offer him a fancy advisory role if he wins again. Now that Musk's backing him publicly, it's looking pretty likely Trump might just take him up on that. After all, Elon's a successful entrepreneur. He's got a gift for getting what he wants, doesn't he? Now, speaking of endorsements, it's time to talk about Kanye West. Yes, you heard that right. Ye is still in the picture. His relationship with Trump has been more unpredictable than his music career. They had a short-lived friendship back in 2022, and even though it wasn't exactly smooth sailing, Ye is still sticking by Trump. When someone asked him if he's backing Trump for 2024, his response was classic Kanye. Of course, it's Trump all day.
I love this guy right here. Yeah, him in.
Then there's 50 Cent, who's had a roller coaster relationship with Trump. He supported him in 2020, retracted it, and now features Trump on his album cover. When asked about backing Trump in 2024, 50 Cent's rep stayed silent. Recently, he said he's still undecided on his choice for the November election. A true maestro of mixed signals. And who can forget Hulk Hogan? He's been waving the Trump flag with gusto, even sporting a Trump-Vance tank top at the Republican National Convention. Hogan's full of praise for Trump, calling him a hero who will bring America back together, one real American at a time.
And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother! Let Trumpomania!
Amber Rose definitely stirred things up at the RNC. Her speech had some people cheering and others fuming, but lover or hater, she didn't back down. That shows some character.
The best chance we have to give our babies a better life is to elect Donald Trump president of the United States.
Angelina Jolie's dad, Jon Voight, has been a Trump fan for years. He's compared Trump to biblical figures and Jesus, saying he'll save the American dream. And now, he's throwing more support Trump's way as the election approaches.
The one president who had our true trust was President Donald Trump, and he will do it all over again.
Now, there's Kid Rock. This guy's been waving the Trump flag from day one.
You with Trump? With me.
His concerts are practically Trump rallies, and he's not shy about it. I want that guy on my team, he says, proving that loyalty runs deep in the world of celebrity endorsements.
Say bye! 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 Say Trump! Scream!
Another person on Team Trump is Savannah Chrisley of Chrisley Knows Best. She took the stage at the RNC, defending Trump and using the moment to slam the prosecutors who convicted her parents of tax fraud. Talk about a family affair.
Donald J. Trump has only one conviction that matters, and that is his conviction to make America great again.
Switching gears to another loyal supporter, Dana White, the UFC mogul, has spoken at 3 RNCs and credits Trump with recognizing the UFC's potential early on. Nothing like a bit of nostalgia and gratitude, right?
I know President Trump is literally putting his life on the line for something bigger than himself. And he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country.
And let's not forget Lee Greenwood, who brought his patriotic vibes to the RNC, singing God Bless the USA, and rallying the crowd with his belief in Trump's comeback.
Because he was sure, as Donald Trump turned his head just slightly, that the bullet missed him just enough to save his life to be the next president of the United States.
Oof, what a lineup. Now let's turn our attention to the other side and see which stars are throwing their support behind Kamala Harris. First up, President Joe Biden, who caught everyone off guard by stepping aside and officially endorsing Kamala. Harris was quick to thank him, saying, "With this selfless and patriotic act, President Biden is doing what he has done throughout his life of service, putting the American people and our country above everything else."
And I know we are all so deeply grateful to Joe Biden for his lifetime of service to our nation.
And Harris has the backing of not one, but 2 former Democratic presidents. That's right, Barack and Michelle Obama are on board too. In a phone call that Harris shared on social media, they told her, "This is going to be historic."
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me.
When the Obamas say it's going to be epic, you know you're onto something big. Speaking about epic, Barbra Streisand, the legend herself, threw her weight behind Harris. She praised Biden for steering the country out of the Trump chaos and expressed her excitement for Kamala's candidacy. Barbara is confident that Harris will continue the good work started by the Biden-Harris administration. Plus, it's always nice to have a little extra diva energy on your side, right?
That's the key.
Next up, George Clooney. Yes, the George Clooney. In fact, he was so influential that his essay urging Biden not to seek re-election shook up the Biden campaign. But now, Clooney is all in for Kamala, saying, "We're all so excited to do whatever we can to support Vice President Harris in her historic quest." With Clooney on board, the campaign just got a whole lot more charming, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Robert De Niro also chimed in, calling Biden's decision to step aside an act of shrewd politics and selfless patriotism. Although he didn't directly mention Harris, you know the guy who's been trolling Trump outside courthouses and even narrated an ad for the Biden campaign is definitely rooting for her.
We knew Trump was out of control when he was president. Then he lost the 2020 election and snapped.
Then there's Queen Bey, Beyoncé herself. She hasn't officially endorsed Harris, but letting her use the song Freedom in campaign ads, that's a power move.
We choose freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move.
Plus, rumor has it that Beyoncé's ready to donate $4 million to the campaign and even clear her schedule to attend a Kamala Harris fundraiser. Wow, that's some real dedication. And although Beyoncé hasn't directly voiced her support, her mom, Tina Knowles, has been very vocal. After Biden's endorsement, Tina didn't hold back. She shared a photo of herself with Kamala on Instagram, captioning it, "Go Vice President Kamala Harris for president. Let's go." When Queen Bey's mom is leading the charge, you can bet the support is unwavering. Meanwhile, the enthusiasm is spreading far and wide. Ariana Grande shared Biden's endorsement of Kamala on her Instagram story, while Katy Perry celebrated with a video of herself singing, "It's a woman's world, and you're lucky to be living in it." But wait, Kamala Harris is gathering intergalactic support. Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker himself, praised Harris as the candidate who will carry on Biden's legacy.
May the force be with you.
And joining the cosmic crew, George Takei, aka Hikaru Sulu from Star Trek, is rallying his followers to back Kamala in her mission to defeat Trump. Looks like Harris's support is truly reaching for the stars. But that's not all. John Legend is pumped as well, saying he's ready to help Kamala reject Trump's authoritarian oppressive Project 2025 and get her elected as president.
I stand by it.
With his smooth voice and passionate support, he's definitely a powerful ally. Jamie Lee Curtis and Demi Lovato are also backing Kamala Harris, with Curtis posting, "We will support you," and Lovato sharing Biden's endorsement with a determined, "Let's do this." Demi also shared a fun pic of herself, laughing with Kamala Harris. Now that's a major girl power moment. Plus, Kamala Harris has the powerhouse rapper Megan Thee Stallion on her team. Megan even lit up the stage with a performance of her hit single Body at a Harris rally. Talk about turning up the heat.
We're about to make history with the first female president.
Another famous rapper, Cardi B, couldn't help but celebrate when Kamala was announced as the candidate, saying, "I told y'all Kamala was supposed to be the 2024 candidate. Stop playing with me." Cardi always keeps it real, and she's all in for Kamala.
And she knows she wants that seat. She'll lie and she'll be like, "No, I'm okay being a vice president. I know you want to be the president."
Also, Jon Stewart kept it short and sweet, posting just one word on social media: legend. Enough said.
You're amazing.
And guess what? Aaron Sorkin, the brilliant mind behind The West Wing, has joined Team Harris after Biden's exit. Just hours before Biden announced he was stepping down, Sorkin had suggested in a New York Times piece that the Democrats should pick Mitt Romney to beat Trump. But once Biden was out, Sorkin did a quick 180, endorsing Harris with a straightforward, "I take it all back, Harris for America." What a plot twist.
If you are a little familiar with my work, it's not that surprising.
With such a star-studded lineup, Kamala's campaign is clearly backed by some serious Hollywood power. So, what do you think? Do these astrological insights align with Trump's and Harris's personalities? Based on their birth charts, who do you think is the better fit for president? Drop your thoughts and your zodiac sign in the comments below.